Most of the free Google Maps email scrapers I tried either didn't work or made it tedious to scrape more than a handful of businesses at a time. So I built my own. With about 5 minutes of setup, I can pull hundreds of emails for free. Let me show you what the output looks like. Here's what a finished run looks like in Airtable. Each row is a business pulled from Google Maps. You've got the business name, phone number, email, website, review data, and a few other fields we'll get into. Scraping emails from Google Maps is a bit harder than the rest of the data. So I built a web scraper to find email addresses from each business's site. It can only pull from sites with an email listed, but if you want to push that success rate higher, we can expand this workflow with paid enrichment tools, LinkedIn scrapers, things like that. For now, this gets you a solid base for free. This column flags businesses whose websites are broken or not loading. If you're in web design or marketing, that can help you tailor your outreach with the problem they immediately need fixing. This is one of my favorite columns. It pulls an actual review from each business. So, for example, I know Blue Star Landscaping customers value their pricing because the top review says the prices were reasonable. In your cold outreach, you can specify how you'll help them better advertise this quality of their business that customers clearly care about. Those personalized tidbits are what separates a cold email that gets a reply from one that gets deleted. You've also got position, which is where the business ranked in the search results. A business sitting at position 50 probably isn't as established as one at position 3. So depending on your offer, you can use that to prioritize who you reach out to first. And of course, phone numbers are here too if cold calling is more your thing. So let me show you how the input works. You go to Google Maps, type in a location, or just scroll to wherever you want to target, and the coordinates show up right here in the URL. One thing to keep in mind, your zoom level matters. To catch more businesses in a wider area, just zoom out, or if you want to be more specific about which location you target, just zoom in. The default settings on this workflow pull the top 60 listings per search. That's customizable though, to fit your zoom level and how many businesses are in the area you're targeting. To grab the coordinates, you just copy this section of the URL right here. Over in Airtable, you paste those coordinates into this column. The column names need to match exactly what the workflow expects. I'll have these listed so you can reference them. Then, you add your search query in this column. So if I'm looking for real estate and landscapers in this area, I paste the coordinates here and type real estate in the second row and landscaper in the third row. Basically, this tells the bot what to search for on Google Maps to pull business listings. You can stack as many search queries as you want. Just add more rows and copy in those same coordinates. It'll pull the top 60 results for each row, and you don't need to worry about duplicates either, as the workflow automatically gets rid of them. Now I'll let this run. What it's doing behind the scenes is cycling through multiple pages of Google Maps results, checking whether each business's website is actually live, and then scanning common pages like the contact page, about page, and footer for email addresses. Each search query takes less than a minute to process, and then your results automatically populate in an organized Airtable for easy use. Running up to 250 searches per month is free. That's up to 5,000 businesses, since each search contains a page with 20 results. After that, the API costs come in the form of a monthly subscription to SERP API. Now, let's go over a few examples of how businesses can actually use this workflow. Let's say you run a window cleaning business and are looking for new customers. In Airtable, you can set up searches for coffee shops, restaurants, bakeries, in-store shopping, basically any business with a physical storefront and windows to clean. Then, run the workflow and you'll get a list of all those businesses in your area. If you're a local operation, you can start with the phone numbers and just cold call. No fancy email sequences needed. Have a few conversations, figure out what pitch is landing, and once you've got that dialed in, scale it up with cold email to hit a much larger volume if your business has the capacity. Now, let's look at a construction equipment rental company. Unlike the window cleaner, they're probably not just serving one town. They've got a delivery radius that could cover an entire region. So instead of one set of coordinates, I'm grabbing them from multiple cities. You can either type the city name into Google Maps or just zoom out and scroll around. Then when you land on an area you want to target, just bring those coordinates into Airtable. I recommend keeping your search radius wider for specific terms like road construction companies, and then tighten it up for broader terms like general contractors. Then you can have 2 coordinates, one for general terms and one for more niche terms as you fill out the first column of the spreadsheet. Now let's take this a step further. Everything we've looked at so far gets you a list. We can extend the workflow to also research each lead and draft an outreach email for you by connecting it to Perplexity, an AI research tool. It visits each company's website, pulls relevant context, and assesses things like site quality, what services they offer, and how they're positioning themselves. You can customize what Perplexity looks for based on what you sell. So if you're a marketing firm that specializes in improving conversion rates, you'd have it look for friction points on their site. Stuff like slow loading times, no clear call to action, or an outdated design. From there, we can connect to an affordable LLM like GPT-4 to draft the actual email. You give it a template structure and your company background goes in the system prompt. So every email has a consistent tone and positioning. But each one references specifics about that business pulled straight from the research Perplexity just did. Now, I wouldn't recommend letting AI send emails without you seeing them first. The way we set it up, you review each draft, make a quick tweak if something feels off, and then send. You go from a raw list to a personalized email ready to send in a fraction of the time it would take to do manually. This is the kind of tailored automation we build for clients. The scraper is the starting point, but the real value is when we connect it to tools that match how your business actually operates. If these examples got you thinking about how this could work for your business, you can book a discovery call from our website. Now let's take a look at how this workflow can integrate with other tools. We can connect this workflow to a wide variety of other tools to fit your specific goals and needs. For instance, by connecting it to your CRM, we can push leads directly into your pipeline with all the scrape data attached, so your sales team has context before they even reach out. We can also connect it to an email open notification that triggers your sales team the moment a lead opens your email along with all relevant data. That way, your team knows exactly when to follow up paired with the info they need for an informed follow-up. If you're not ready to reach out to every lead and only want the most qualified prospects, we can set up a lead scoring system that prioritizes each scrape business based on which one needs your services the most. Finally, we can set an automated follow-up workflow that sends a second and third email with a different angle. This lets you fully capitalize on each scraped lead. A lot of small and medium-sized businesses think automation requires a dedicated team to build and maintain. It doesn't. Taking a microservice approach, which is what we do at Ayala Media, keeps workflows scalable, easy to maintain, and usable by anyone on your team. Whether it's lead generation, content pipelines, sales operations, or other repetitive work, we can look at how your business runs and find automation opportunities that actually deliver results. Check out our website in the description and schedule a discovery call to see how we can help your business boost efficiency and reduce friction.